and I'll read this right here, guys. If it were legal, I'd take your effing life with a smile on my face. Is there any place on earth I can take this man's life and walk away from prison?
Oh yeah, I mean, I see kids now, and it's sometimes like you walk by, it's like looking in a mirror. When I was younger, I hated myself. You know, you'd wake up every day, look in the mirror. Even now, dude, as an adult, there's times I look in the mirror and I hate what's looking back at me just from, you know, all the trauma as a kid. MMA, you guys, it's truly life-saving. If you guys have any issues in your life, come on down, I'll give you some work.
Sean Strickland's got a habit of doing this. He's done it a lot at Syndicate MMA in Vegas. There's been multiple people talk online. He brings them in, he beats them up. Hobbyists. He's done it time after time after time. And you could say, listen, at least Sean's honest to a fault. He wears his heart on his sleeve and he doesn't mask who he is or what he's about.
But Sean is going to beat you up if you step in there. Look, there are times where I want to fight or beat up the people that antagonize me, but then you know you just can't do it.
Sean will beat up anybody that challenges him and comes into the ring and actually comes after him. He only has one mode. I have trained with Sean. I have the same coaches that trained me train Sean, and they did not train us to do it gently. That's true. There is no reduction. There is no gentle. There's no gentle mode. There's no soft mode. There's no slow mode. So what do you do in that situation? Don't play with Sean. That's what you do. Don't play with Sean.
You know, the thing about like sparring, I am not a good man. I tell you guys all the time, I make mistakes. I do things I shouldn't do. I'm not a good man. I like to hurt people. We all know this. Like, I've never hid this fact. So when you spar me, you need to understand that hurting you, but it's also respect. Like for instance, Cowboy Cerrone. Me and Cowboy could spar, and I'm not gonna try to murder Cowboy. I'm not gonna try to Cowboy up because he's earned my respect. He's a legend. He's put in work. I mean, we've all seen his highlight knockouts. He's earned his right not to get hurt. And when you spar like these guys that want to spar, there is no respect. You haven't earned it. You haven't proved yourself. You don't deserve not to get hurt.
In Canada, Sean was doing a media scrum, and he was cussing and he was doing the whole Sean Strickland thing. Yeah. And he looked back at the UFC and they were kind of going, Sean, calm down. And he goes, well, the guy attacked him. And Sean goes, well, I haven't said the F word yet. And the guy said, well, you just did. But Sean was talking about the other F word.
The other F word, yeah.
Right? So he thought he was being on his good behavior by not saying that word.
There was something that Strickland said in the press conference. Someone asked him if, he could go back to fighting again, in front of hardly any people in the Apex after that. And he's like, I just like fighting. Like, I'm like, and then he referenced the fact that he fights for money because it fuels his hobby, which is training. Like a lot of people say it the opposite way around. They say, I train because I have to be good at fighting, and I love fighting. I don't love the training part, I love the fighting part. Do you know what I mean? And I think Strickland does love the fighting, but I don't know as he necessarily distinguishes between when he's fighting in a world championship fight or when he's sparring his friends in the gym.
He was at my gym for like 3 years. Kind of had to let him go. He just kind of gets too involved talking shit about people. I liked him in the gym. I liked him there. He was a great training partner. You need at least one guy in your gym that does that and goes hard and makes everybody else go hard. He just was too disrespectful to teammates and stuff. And, yeah.
I see.
I definitely see that, and I'm always rooted for him when he left. It wasn't like I was like, I hope that guy,
Right.
No, I always rooted for him. I thought he had a ton of potential.
It's very difficult to be a good man. It's very hard not to like the girl's photo. It's very difficult not to say untruths. It's very difficult not to lie. These are all things that as a man, you shouldn't do, but we all do it. But if I were to be an influencer, I would be really happy that my message I speak. My influence isn't to sell yourself. It's not to be an internet troll. It's just to be a man and to try to be a good man.
I think he does make good points. He has this thing though, it's a very blind spot, and I don't know why he has it in his life, but like he hates famous people. Like really bad. He hates them. I mean, we can talk about what he said about Machine Gun Kelly, and I don't know nothing about Machine Gun Kelly.
That was awesome.
He might be a D-bag.
I interact with hundreds of people. I go snowboarding. No fan ever has anything bad to say about me because I love you guys. But these people are not you guys. They are like, I can't explain it until you interact with these people and you're around them. It's like they have this weird God complex, and it's just like when I'm around them, I just want to hurt them all and to remind them you are just a human being. Shut the up. So here's the thing, Jake Paul. You clearly know I can't fight you. We know this. The UFC knows this. We all know this, that me and you cannot fight. But what we can do, you can get in your fancy plane, you can fly your ass to Vegas, and we could have a little powwow. Because you know as well as I know what happens to that. I'll do it for free. I don't need a check. I don't need to live stream it. I will do it for free, sir. So if that is something you want to show everybody how big and hard that dick is, let me know when.
If you saw Sean Strickland like beating up Sneako, trying to drop him, which was embarrassing that he couldn't, he went all out. I just tweeted at him, Sean Strickland, you're embarrassing for trying to stop Sneako like that. You weren't even able to drop someone with no experience while going all out. You're a horrid boxer that only picks on inexperienced people, which is true. If you see all these clips of him like beating up random people in the gym, he never spars anyone good.
I love to box, you guys. I box world-class boxers. My buddy Robin Shafar, you know. I box guys that most MMA guys can't hang with for, 5 rounds. I'll go 12 rounds with any world-class boxer. So I just put in the work. Like when you get in that cage, when you're in the back warming up, you're telling yourself, I have to fight for 25 minutes. I have to be mentally, spiritually ready to die for this. And if anybody wants to truly do that and like get in that mindset, it's guys. So like I hate face downs because like I hate looking at someone in the eyes because like I'm gonna like in 2 days I'm gonna try to murder you. I'm gonna try to spiritually get to a place where I want to take your soul. I want to orphan your family. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you're going out there, you just gotta like embrace this. Like I'm ready to die for what I want.
But when you get in there with a guy like Sean Strickland, who has such an amazing style of crossing the distance, crossing the void, shutting you down, and countering you, there is literally nothing you can do. I mean, he does that to World Championship. He did it to Israel Adesanya, and for him to do it to Sneako, there is nothing Sneako can do. But it's good for Sneako to understand that, like, it's just a different level. Like, and I think Sneako realizes that, but I think he actually had the reality of it is a different level.
Teeing off on a guy like that, right, on Sneak like Sean did against Sneako, to the face with full power shots, you can break a guy's nose, you can break his jaw, you can detach a retina, you can knock him out, you can cause a concussion, right? You can do some real nasty damage, right? If you want to make a dick out of the guy and you want to get the buzz and you want to embarrass him and you want to make yourself feel big like a big man or whatever, you could just give him a nice little body shot.
Yeah, not only was asked for, he showed up, signed the waiver, he had to have signed the waiver, and they put on 16-ounce gloves. He brought a mouthpiece. He knew what he was getting himself into. Look, let's not forget, these social media influencers, they do this for clicks, and they do it for money.
But he's sparring a dude there that's about 50 pounds lighter, that has no combat experience whatsoever, and he's essentially trying to murder the guy. Do you know what I mean? And that's his go-to as well, threatening to kill everybody.
But you know what? I love you guys, and this is it's been a hell of a ride, and I appreciate you guys, and we're gonna keep rocking this until the wheels fall off or I go to prison. But I'm just gonna stay in my house way more because apparently I can't leave my house. As Dana said, I shouldn't be around humans.
What do you expect? That's who he is. He's very honest. He's never tried to hide that fact. He's a little emotionally unstable. When he saw Machine Gun Kelly threatening to punch him in the face or something like that, you poke the bear, you're going to get bitten. So you fuck around, you find out, right? That's basically what I'm saying here.
What the UFC promotion wants, what every MMA promotion wants, an organization, they want a fighter, okay, that people want to follow, that people want to see compete. Doesn't matter. Champion, not champion, doesn't matter. You can have an extremely successful career if you are a guy that people want to see fight. Sean Strickland, already being a champion, has accomplished a lot, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him fight for the belt in the near future again.